just me testing out, shooting some walk and talk vlog footage with the DJI Pocket 2. It's a really noisy road. We're outside. I'm wearing a mask. It's kind of worst possible conditions in a lot of ways. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully it sounds okay. These longboard mics. It's a dangerous game. So I'm at work now, and I've put the Pocket just on the desk. It's just stood on the desk on its own. There's no tripod. It's just on there, tracking my face, looking up. Just, cash, sitting doing its thing. It's tracking okay. Lags a little bit, but yeah, there it goes. Oh, and it's lost it. It didn't like that. I mean, I wouldn't, normally make such extreme motions whilst I was just talking to the camera. This is one of our sweets. This is where the magic happens. The quality assurance. So, I'm reading the reactions to the Stadia thing from the Stadia Reddit. So if you didn't hear, Google, who operates Stadia, the game streaming platform, are shutting down all of their in-house studios as of now-ish, I guess. Which is not a great sign for confidence in their platform, because they're the platform holder and they're not making games for it anymore. It's basically what they're saying. They're not shutting Stadia, the service, down yet. But, they're not saying yet, I'm saying yet, if you see what I mean. And looking through this reaction from their community, it reads... It's just a bunch of people at various stages of grief. There's denial, there's anger, there's bargaining. It sucks, man. Google built up this community of people, promised them all this stuff. And then there's all these staff at these studios, probably brought in with promises of hey, do this cool thing, I have to assume a lot of the people working for Stadia making games probably thought that the whole concept was really cool, and that's one of the reasons they went to work there. Making games with the power of the cloud or whatever. And if you don't agree that that's a thing that's a good idea, those people probably were quite invested in it, at least some of them. And Google gave it a year, and they've given up. They never even shipped any games. That is... there's a quote from The West Wing, is it possible to be absolutely astonished and at the same time not surprised? Basically. And that's the reaction to Google with Stadia. You see it coming, and then it happens, and you're still just how do they keep doing this? How is Google like this? Why? Why is Google like this? Well, do a night shift Missed your bus. I have to wait half an hour for the next one. That's no fun. Don't like that at all. Luckily the bus driver showed up early and I at least got to sit inside the bus while I was waiting for it to depart the next time. Because before that, I was sitting on the floor of the bus stand, which was cold. Not great, not gonna lie. But it's done now. On my way home, learning our way around this face tracking thing. I can't figure out if it's being messed up a bit by the mask. I don't know, we'll find out. I'm not even sure if the audio is any good. Right now, I wanted to shoot under that thing for a reason, but hey ho. I guess we'll find out. Hey, you want to know something boring and not at all interesting? You don't? Well, too bad. You're a captive audience. I started to bring my own mouse. Look at that. Cool wireless mouse. Alright, it's not that cool, but you know, I like it. Look, I'm on nights. There's not much interesting going on, alright? Okay, just go with it, okay? Just go with it. Hey, here's a weird thing. This mouse has side buttons that go back and forwards in a browser like you would expect. But I don't understand the way around it works. Let me show you. So, here it is. Here are the side buttons. That one and that one. But here's the thing. If you press this one at the front, the browser will go back. Hang on, I'm in the wrong window. No. Yeah, if you press this one at the front, the browser goes back. Press this one at the back, browser goes forward. Am I crazy or should that be the other way around? My brain goes button at the back, backwards, right? I don't. I'm not crazy. It's weird, right? It's weird. This really seems unimportant. See, this is what happens when you're on nights. You just start going completely loopy. Like, who cares? It's a mouse button. Yeah, it's a nice mouse. Otherwise. So I just came back from doing my latest COVID test. How many is that now? Something like 6 or 7. Turns out they have a new protocol and they don't need to swab your throat anymore. Which is nice and all, but I just finally gotten used to it. It was awful at first. I don't know how many of you have done it, but like shit, but now it's just a nose. Which tickles, but I mean, at least they don't have to shove it down your throat anymore. Anyway, hopefully I'll get another clear test and can spend another week COVID-free. Fingers crossed. And it's good news. It's a negative. And I've solved that question about how many I've had. It's 7 total tests, but only 6 results. That's why I couldn't remember if it was 6 or 7. I did 5 here at work, but the third one, I think, there was some problem with the sample, so they couldn't actually give a result, which wasn't great. But hey, they've all been negative so far. That's that's what you want. So hopefully that continues. I'll have another one in a couple of weeks when I'm back in for the next set nights. We're getting towards the end of the pandemic, so I might just get through this. Fingers crossed. Ooh. So I got new shoes on Monday. I ordered them last week, and I've been wearing them this week because they arrived on Monday, trying to run them in, and I'm really liking them. A couple of pairs of Converse, some 90s style pro leathers with no tie laces, and these G4s as well, both in white and black with different makeups, and then some color detailing, little flashes of blue, little flashes of red here and there. I'm liking them. They feel good. They're nice shoes. I'm enjoying wearing them. I've been wearing just really boring walking shoes lately, and I got sick of it. Face track seems to be having a real hard time right now. It just keeps randomly going like up and down, and I don't really know why. It's doing it when I wasn't moving, which is weird. Like I did this a little bit, and then I did this, and I get that. But like, I was just sat here talking, and then it's whoa. Oh, is it doing it? No. Oh, there it goes. It's doing it. Let. Oh, it's found it. That was weird. Okay. I don't know what the heck that was about. That's the first time he's refound a subject, though. That was interesting. Every other time I've seen it lose tracking, it just loses it. So, still getting to grips with the quirks of this thing. Liking it, but you gotta get used to the way it thinks. It's got a mind of its own with this gimbal. Look, there it goes again. It's moving. Anyway, the shoes. I like them. Both pairs. Different reasons. Kind of makes sense. One pair's low tops, one pair's high tops. I'm liking them in different ways, but they're pretty comfortable so far. Now that I've run them in just a little bit, gotten used to them being on my feet. I'm good. I'm liking them. Goodbyes. Good. With a U. Not like the opposite of hello. Alright, here's a little experiment. It's kind of windy. It's windy. Come on now, Dad. It's windy. Come on, boy. God damn it. Anyway, the wind reduction is on. Let's see if it works. I'm going in for my last night. I'm now at work. And it's snowing. I don't know if it's showing up in this shot, but it is still snowing. I have some footage of snow on the ground so I can prove it. Hopefully it stays this relatively light dusting, and I don't get snowed in at work overnight, because that would suck, especially on my last night shift. I finish on my work and I still can't leave. I don't know. No, I'm sure that won't happen. I'm sure it's fine. At least I don't have to travel a long distance to get home. Because the ice and snow or whatever could easily disrupt car travel or whatever.
and I don't need to do that. So I should really, unless it turns absolutely apocalyptic, which doesn't really seem likely, knock on wood, I should be fine. But it is odd because it's been threatening to snow all day. They've been talking about it snowing in the morning. They definitely didn't snow in the morning before I went to sleep. And near as I can tell, none of the threatened snow during the rest of the day showed up either. It really didn't start until right around 7ish when I needed to be heading out to come to work.
Apparently it's raining. I've been keeping an eye on the Super Bowl tonight between my breaks and whilst I've been between assets and stuff with my work. Oh boy, those Chiefs sure suck tonight, huh? Jeez. Oh, I'm a Bears fan, so I don't really, I don't have skin in this game necessarily. We have our own problems. So many problems. But, whatever. You always want Tom Brady to lose because Tom Brady's a jerk. And so you're like, oh, okay, I'll root for the Chiefs. And they just do not come through this time. Like, damn. They're so bad tonight. It's like they didn't show up. I don't know who these people are, but they're not the defending champions. Jeez. Yeah. Ugh. It's been rough, man. It's been rough. I was gonna say I feel bad for like Chiefs fans, but they didn't have to put up with what my team did this year, and then renewed the people responsible's contracts. I do kind of feel sorry for them anyway. Get your hopes up, and then, oh god, game's back on the break. Better not turn the camera around, or those NFL people will kill me. They will kill me if I show you any of the Super Bowl, even briefly, even for a second. They'll come here. They will find me, and you will never hear from me again. That's what will happen. So I'm gonna stop recording and watch there's 5 minutes left in the game, roughly. Gonna watch the remaining 5 minutes and weep for what was once Kansas City's defense and offense. The whole Kansas City operation, really. Because damn, they stink tonight.
My night shifts are done. Just finished the last one. It is still snowing. Can you see it? You can see it over on the ground. It hasn't settled much, but there's snow. Strictly speaking, I don't think it's actually still snowing. I think it actually stopped snowing and it's started again. But it was snowing when I got in, and it's snowing now. From my point of view, it's still snowing. Anywho, that's the end of my night week and my first vlog week. So now I have a week off, and unfortunately we're still in this national lockdown because of the damn virus. So can't do much, but we can still go out and exercise. I need to buy food, so I'll go out and do that. Take you with me. See if we can find anything while we're just walking. And I'll do some editing. Like, by the time you see this, I'll have already edited this. And there's something else I want to try editing. See if we can get that up on YouTube. And I'll play some video games. The new PS Plus stuff came out. while I was on nights, so I haven't really had much chance to mess with it. So All Stars and Destruction All Stars and Control are waiting for me. But that'll be my week. This is the fun and games of lockdown. You don't get to do much. But hey, you know, we'll get through it. So I'll see you in the next one. Like and subscribe. I'm supposed to tell you to do that. Here's a better way.
It's a three-pronged attack. Subliminal, liminal, and superliminal.
Superliminal?
I'll show you. Hey, you!
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, all right.
I'm in.